What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Danmachi. Today we're talking about Earth Zone, 7th Zone, and the team I built here is pretty much the usual suspects. Shouldn't be anything new, different, or interesting about this team. We've got the two Oji Haruhime and Winter Haruhime, one at either end of the team, and 33% SA gauge charge Line right there in the second slot. And the second slot's important on this one because of the units I'm using. Third slot is Ryu. Ryu's going to be one of our main two attackers. Now, Line is going to be swapped out for Goblin Slayer. Don't get too upset with Goblin Slayer being max limit broken. His bonds mean nothing in this fight because he's going to come in, do a debuff, and then get the hell out of the way. Ryu, if you'll remember, she actually does the physical resist and wind resist debuff built into her SA. So we don't need that. Plus, Bell actually will increase the wind resistance to decrease the wind resistance down 50% once he does his SA too. So what Goblin Slayer is here to do, because if you've already got the debuff built into your unit, you can bring Goblin Slayer or somebody in and then debuff their incoming damage. In other words, Goblin Slayer will debuff AoE and single target damage incoming. Very useful, very, very, very useful skill. So if you don't have the physical and or magic plus element debuff, you definitely want to do that on this turn. But since we already have it built in, which is a very, very, very good thing, then I can use Goblin Slayer and debuff even more. Okay? Then Bell comes in with his main attack. Now, assist-wise, I've done a big change up on these assists. First things first is the Hestia that reduces incoming strength. That's very important. Second is Haruhime. Now, normally in this spot, I would reserve this for a unit that either does the wind buffing or debuffing. There's only two units in the game that do anything. That's the Chiki Haruhime, and then there's the Chiki Hestia. Oh my god, don't crucify me in the comments section, please. Chiki Hestia and the Reindeer Hestia. I'm going to go ahead and say a ton of people probably do not have the Reindeer Hestia, so I'm not personally going to use her. Now, if you have her, great. But I'm not going to use her. I'm going to use that Haruhime instead because, once again, like Goblin Slayer, she reduces the amount of damage increases the amount of damage received. I believe that's the one. Is it increases damage or is it reduces damage? Let's see. Foes, damage received, attack all and single targets plus 10%, plus 15% HP regen. Now, Bell's not going to get that. Only that Haruhime, or only the first 3 units are going to get that, so don't get too excited. But it's a very, very, very good skill. Very good skill. In fact, what is her physical? 337. No, we're not going to do that. I was wondering if keeping her on the rotation would be better for her heal skill, because it is a heal and a regen. So... Oh, no. Yeah. It's MP heal per turn instead of regen. So if you have units of regen and units that heal, they do it separately and differently, but I should still be fine. I don't know if it'll still count. Somehow I think when she leaves, it leaves. I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out. That's a good question. I honestly don't know the answer to that. But irrelevant. Instead, I'm actually using the Detective Anya that on Ryu, because Detective Anya has a big, big, big physical buff. Now, she also debuffs physical resistance, so it's a kind of a two-sided sword there thing. Now, I do have Casino Seer on Winter Haruhime. It's been a while since we've used her, but she's going to be really important on this, and I'll kind of explain why when we get in there. But the long and the short of it is, neither one of these two units produce the kind of damage that I want to see on this event, so she's going to basically allow us to produce a little bit more of that not as good damage. Okay, we already covered Chiki Hestia, and you should already know about Artemis. She's 20% physical to whoever she's tied to and 15% to everybody else. So she won't be effective until she comes in, but let's be real, we're not even going to be doing any damage until we get Haruhime's SA. So first turn is all buffs and debuffs. Pretty straightforward stuff. You kind of already know how these units work and kind of how we go about this. Goblin Slayers can do Sweeping Swath. That's that skill we talked about. Yosuga. We're going to do Wind Fury. Now, interesting fun fact about Ryu. Wind Fury does physical resist, wind resist, and guard rate down 25%. Remember I said that debuff's built into her. You got to do that before Cyclocity, because this one requires guard rate to be down. So we're going to do wind unit first, and then we're going to do Snow Silver. Now, the reason I'm going to do Snow Silver is because we want the MP healing. MP healing is going to be really critical towards the end of this fight. This turn, I know he's going to do a bunch of buffs and debuffs, so I'm going to do Dancing Snow to try to mitigate that. Bell's in here, so we're going to do... I don't even need to do that. So we'll just basically spam Flanking Strike. So we'll do Yosuga, Flanking Strike. Now we're going to do Cyclocity, and then Dancing Snow. Lego. Now, at some point in time, I will want to do the physical resistance buff that the Winter Haruhime does on Bell. But as you can see here, it's not the most critical thing. So I think holding off on a couple turns to do that isn't the worst decision ever. Okay? In fact, I'll do it this turn. So once again, we're going to do SA with Haruhime, Flanking Strike, Cyclocity, and Snow Illusion. You'll notice that Ryu and Bell are now going to be spamming those attacks, only pausing to do their SAs. That's it. So, OG Haruhime does her buff, and we're just going to aim to keep that in play. Now, it is worth noting you do want to make sure that none of your buffs and debuffs are going to fall off before you do that. I happen to already be aware that all of my buffs and debuffs are in the 2 to 3 turn range afterwards, so I'm in plenty of comfort to do that. Okay? And then we're going to do Yosuga, Flanking Strike, Cyclocity, and Snow Silver, and we're almost basically just going to spam this continuously. There's really not going to be any change aside from doing SAs here and then any necessary MP regen with Haruhime. So, straightforward stuff. And the goal here is to do a double SA with Bell. Once again, I've explained Bell does a wind resistance debuff. It's really, really, really important to this team. Alright, so he's done some buffs to reduce damage incoming and to reduce the amount of damage. Basically, remove the buffs and debuffs. I'm going to have to do Dancing Snow and deviate from Snow Silver. That's okay. That's alright. Are we going to get an SA? No, we're not. SA is on turn 9. So I'm going to do Dancing Snow one more time. The reason I'm going to do that is A, none of my other attacks really cost enough MP to worry about, aside from Haruhime, since she's got her own MP regen. B, if he had done a debuff on my units, then I wouldn't be able to do the SA in this turn. But here we go. SA time. Lego. Double SA with Bell and Haruhime. If you don't have Casino Seer, max limit broken at least, or if you don't have Casino Seer at all, you can expect this to happen on turn 10. You better be producing a lot of damage, though. You better have a lot of buffs and debuffs on your team, because it will go all the way to turn 20 if you do not have Casino Seer. Though it's very, very doable. Though, and I will say, if you have better hitters than I do for wind, this is also going to help. My units are not the best. My wind team is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Now, my goal here is to do double SAs with Ryu and Bell going forward, because she produces about the same he does, so doing them as double SAs is going to be a lot more beneficial. Sometimes you have units like Katori who just produce a phenomenal sum of damage, and you don't really need to do that. This, unfortunately, is not that case. The nice part is we're on turn 10. We haven't actually been producing real damage until now, and turn 10 he's already, worn down pretty much by half, so it's a comfortable feeling right at the moment. And a lot of that has to do with our early buff and debuff regiment. Alright, so we're going to remove buffs on this turn using Dancing Snow. Everything else stays very, very, very similar to how we've done it before. Now, because we didn't do Snow Silver on this turn, we are going to have to do Sheikah on the next turn with the OG Haru, and that's fine. Okay? Look at that. we're not hurting. We're not hurting at all. Yep, everything there is just fine. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. I'm going to do Dancing Snow just to make sure we don't get debuffed, because I do want to do the double SA here. If we get debuffed, things are going to suck. So, fingers crossed. Hilariously, it debuffed the 2 units that don't matter. So, that's a bit of a win. All right, what you got, Belle? Boom. 300K. What you got, Ryu? I've seen her hit as high as $500,000, but I think a lot of that had to do with the guard rate. Nice! There it goes again. Very nice. Wasn't able to get that on the last run at all, so that guard rate reduction is very, very, very clutch. All right. Extra 100K. So basically, next double SA, it's dead. So let's continue building this up. Yosuga, flanking strike, Cyclocity, Snow Silver. Let's make this happen. And once again, I do want to preface, this is not a team that's designed to S-clear this. This is a team that's designed just to clear it within the given amount of time. For those people that have kind of questionable teams and want to get the rewards from the event. Because frankly, the rewards from the event are absolutely worthwhile. All right. Turn 19, we're going to do another double SA. And I don't even think we need to do a double. He'd probably be done with a single, but that's how I'm going to roll. Double SA, and we are done here. Good day, sir. What you got, Belle? Even if Belle hits only like 200K, if something happens here, Ryu's going to clean it up. Nice. And we're done. So that is Earth Zone. Hopefully that helps you guys out. That should be a nice A clear. Yep, it is. Psh. Let me know if this is helpful. Let me know if this is helpful in the comment section. I'm pretty happy with the results. This is a team that a lot of people could build. If you can't build this exact team, obviously, we've already talked about analogs for some of the units on the team. Every unit on this team has somebody that can do the main things that we need. So go build your teams, guys. That's the video. Like, comment, share. Remember, if you do not have the Haruhimes, use your ticket on the Winter Haruhime banner, the free ticket we're getting, because it's really the best banner out there. B, A, we've got the anime gacha coming up for the OG Haru. So if you don't have her, I wish you the best of luck. That's going to be the video. Like, comment, share. I will catch you guys on the next one.